Hello, welcome to my office where everything is just a mess. I picked the cleanest corner I could find, which is our bunk bed. This is pretty much where our guests sleep. Our aesthetic for basically the entire house is like 90s rustic mixed with Nintendo. And this is my cat's tail. Say hi, Pudge. So now that we have that out of the way, also I have, maybe I got it out. No, right here. Right here, I got foundation on my sweatshirt. Any help with how to get this out? It's on like the embroidery of my sweatshirt, and I really like this sweatshirt. I never wear foundation, but I bought foundation, like a light coverage foundation, and I'm kind of liking being evened out for once. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting into my I care about my appearance era, because I also put makeup on. I never put makeup on. Okay, we're just addressing everything that you can see. Hi, thanks for coming. Let's talk about what this video is actually about, which is about my weight loss journey that has not started yet. I am at the very beginning. I am at my heaviest weight that I have ever been. I have had 2 kids. After the first one, I was like, I'm gonna lose all this weight, and then I just never did. There was like a week or two every once in a while where I was just like, oh, I'm going to start exercising. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. It just never worked. So I thought maybe this time, if I have a legitimate plan, it might work a little bit. I don't know. I just want to get out of the 200s to start with. If I get into the 100s, even if I just stay at 199, at least I'm out of the 200s. I don't know. I want to get out, okay? I want to get out. So I have organized like a bullet journal kind of thing. And it's not a bullet journal maybe that a lot of other people make. I think people that bullet journal like go hardcore. They fill an entire bullet journal notebook thing with all these different trackers and stuff. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. If you bullet journal, do you do a ton of pages, or do you just do a couple pages and kind of keep track of whatever is on those pages? That's what I decided to do, was to just track a few pages. Oh gosh, Pudge is being cute. So I just got one of these extra sketchbooks that I had, and it's mixed media. So I thought maybe my markers wouldn't bleed through, but they did end up bleeding through. It's okay. I'll just put an extra piece of paper behind it whenever I use it. But let's go ahead and look at what I got going here. This took me absolutely forever to put together. And I'm still not 100% happy with it, but you know, it's just gonna do. It doesn't have to be 100% beautiful. It just needs to be something that helps me out. So, page number 1, we have my weight loss goals, basically. Kind of laid out like, I thought of Candyland. I don't know. This isn't Candyland, obviously. It's not as fun, but I think it'll help motivate me if I get to fill in every single one. I thought about doing like every 10 pounds instead of every pound for this, but honestly, if I get to fill it in, even if it's just 1 pound, I think that's going to help me feel a bit more motivated. So I decided to do every single pound, and I think every 10 pounds, every 10 pounds I did like a fancier box. She fancy. And we're starting at 240. I don't know if that's what I weigh. I might weigh more than that, honestly, because when I started this, that's what I weighed, and I bought a gallon of ice cream, and I ate it all in like 2 weeks. So it might be a little bit more than that now. I don't know. We'll see. But I went all the way down to 170 here, because 170, I think, is what I weighed when I finished my first year of college, and that might be fun. I don't know. 170 just seemed like a good place to stop, and I was running out of room. There's a lot to lose. So we'll just start this one page, and maybe in like a year or 2, we'll see how long this takes, we'll make another page. Because my overall goal, if I were to be 100% honest, would be 150, because it's kind of where my body used to settle in high school, was about 150. And that's when I was super active and stuff. So I honestly feel like my body just does not want to be smaller than 150. All right, next page. We got measurements. I have not measured myself yet, so I'll go do that once we're done talking about this. measurements. My number one thing that I'm curious about is my arms, because if you're not new here, you know my number one insecurity is my arms. I hate my arms. And they're looking even worse than ever right now. Even when I wear a t-shirt, I hate my arms so much. And I love wearing tank tops, and I hate my arms. I just got back a ton of pictures for our fall family photos, and all I could look at were my arms. Like, I feel like my arms have a role. I don't like my arms. I hate my arms. Okay. Anyways, all the measurements. I've heard that you'll see the most significant change in measurements when you start losing weight, especially if you're exercising. I don't know if that's the same for people as big as me. Maybe I'll see more of a difference in the weight than I will the measurements. I don't know. Maybe it's the same for everyone. But we'll find out here and see how much our measurement, well, my measurements, not ours, unless you're joining me. Let me know if you're joining me. Let's see how much the measurements change. That'll be interesting. And also, it's going to be kind of nice to look at my measurements when I'm doing online shopping. It just is right there, and I can look at the size chart. I should just always have my measurements. It seems like it's something good to know when you're doing the shopping. So I started hearing about the trend of 75 hard. So I decided I can't do 75 hard. I saw 75 medium. But I think a good place to start is 75 soft. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to start this right away, because I kind of want to focus on just getting a healthy routine going before I add an extra challenge to it. I kind of just, does that make sense? I don't have to have lost a lot of weight before starting this, but I want to change some habits before I start this, like not eating a gallon of ice cream in 2 weeks. So that's what I got. I got 3 pages. I told you this bullet journal was going to be small. This took me way too much time because I did, not that one. I had this page, and then I didn't like the colors on it, so I changed it, and I redid this a few times. So I put a lot of work into it, and hopefully that's going to help me. And I think today is the day that I'm going to start. Now, like I said, I'm not doing 75 soft quite yet. Want to get my healthier habits in. I did see somebody talking about some healthy changes you can make to your diet would be to just make half your plate vegetables, a quarter of your plate your meat or protein, and then the other quarter of your plate be your carby things like noodles and bread and stuff like that. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is just incorporating a crap ton of veggies. And in the morning, maybe fruit. I'm not a fruit girl. I don't know. I don't like fruit. I have an allergy to uncooked fruit. It's a oral pollen allergy. It's a fun allergy. It's not something that'll kill me, but it is quite annoying. It's just itchy. So raw fruits and vegetables, they just make me really itchy. And veggies, super easy to get rid of that situation by just steaming them. Fruit's a little different. I feel like you can't just like steam fruit. I mean, you kind of can. Usually I'll cut up like an apple and I'll throw it in some water and throw it in the microwave for like a minute and then put some cinnamon sugar on it. And that's really good. But yeah, everything else you kind of have to make like a baked good out of it. So fruit is difficult for me, but I've decided I'm just going to work through the itchiness and just get some fruit in me in the mornings, because fruit is good for you, and I never eat fruit. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get my measurements. I'm going to make a list of fruits and vegetables that I love, and then I'm going to make myself some lunch because I haven't eaten lunch yet, and it is 1:30, so I need to make some lunch too. I got my body measuring tape. It is from Beachbody, which is an ad that I fell for in college, where I bought a ton of DVDs and proceeded to like never use them. Like half the DVD was advertising their smoothies, but it was Pio. I don't remember if I liked it or not. Maybe try it again. I still have those DVDs, but I don't recommend Beachbody. I think they might be an MLM. Again, not 100% educated because I did fall for their advertising infomercial that I was accidentally stuck on for like an hour, and yeah. So let's measure all the things. Here's where we're starting. It gets real when I turn to the side, doesn't it? But yeah, this is it. I got these bike shorts at Goodwill the other day, and they're a little bit tight, but they're not awful. I was kind of scared to put them on, but I was like, they're perfect for measuring because they're just like skin tight. They make a weird noise when I move because my thighs rub together, but my thighs have always rubbed together. Whether I'm thinner or not, they just have always rubbed together. My cat is going nuts for this thing. Okay, let's start measuring things. Okay. Technically, the measurements start in November because I knew I would put this off for a very long time, but I did do this a week early. It's not quite November, but we're gonna just say it's November, even though it's October. It's like the end of October. It's fine. Does it matter which side? Okay, this side is like centimeters and the other side is inches. Let's do inches. So I'm gonna be really real with you all and give you legitimate numbers. So if you're not into like knowing numbers, you might not want to watch any of my weight loss stuff because I'm probably going to talk about it. 46. What's the difference between a chest and a bust? Isn't the bust your chest? I need to Google real quick. Hold on. Upon very minimal research, I looked at one photo. Chest and bust looks like it's the same thing. I'm just going to fill out chest and leave bust empty, even though it's going to drive me nuts when I look at this, but it's fine. Let me know if I'm completely wrong about this, if chest and bust are different things. I don't know why I put them both if they're the same thing. I imagine I'm just not that bright. All right, next we have arms, which I think is going to be fun to figure out how to do by myself. Here we go. I'm kind of just doing like my mid upper arm. I think that's probably what's best. We got 15.5. Now for waist, do I do like the smallest part of my waist? Or I guess this would be hips. Why didn't I put hips in there? We'll just do waist. We don't need to measure. We don't need to overly measure everything. That seems like it would get annoying really fast. And that I would not ever do it if I had to measure a million things. So we're just going to do the smallest part of my waist. And we got 43. So at least my waist is smaller than my chest. I didn't think that was a true statement at first. And the last thing I got is thighs. So again, I'm kind of just doing like my mid thigh, just like the arm. 27. And I've always had big thighs because, I don't know, genetics probably. So there we go. That's what we got. Now let's make that list of fruits and vegetables. So I decided to look up a list of vegetables online and just copy it and delete the vegetables that I'm just not into. And this page that came up just made me laugh. The most popular vegetables. Their fame, 97% for potatoes, and their popularity is 87%. I don't know what the difference is between fame and popularity. If I hover over that, does it tell me? Oh, it just rearranged them. Cucumbers are number 1 now. But in popularity, potatoes are number 1. Oh, popularity percent of people who have a positive opinion of the vegetable. Fame is defined by the percent of people who have heard of the vegetable. More people have heard about cucumbers than potatoes? Their popularity is down. Sucks for cucumbers. Anyways, I'm gonna get back at this and I'll come back to you with my list. I continue to be entertained by this website. Look at, they've grouped it by generations and by women. So I am a woman and I'm also a millennial or a zillennial if that matters. And number 1 is potatoes for me. And I agree with that. Garlic. Would I say number 2? Oh my gosh, my cat is doing something. Would I say number 2 is garlic? Probably not. Maybe this is controversial. I like garlic, but I don't like garlic everything. Like, I don't want too much garlic. And I think number 2, making it number 2 is too much garlic. I do like carrots and broccoli, though. I hate tomatoes and cucumbers. Okay, I'm going to make my list. Okay, I printed my list. My printer definitely said blurry for some reason, but I can read it well enough. It's fine. Would you like me to recite my veggies? I'm going to. Vegetables that I like by me. Broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, spinach, peas, chives. A little iffy on chives being a vegetable because like I said, I'm going to make half my plate vegetables. Chives, I can't eat half a plate of chives. That seems like that would be odd. Carrots, potatoes, a little iffy on the potatoes too. They're like a root vegetable, but they're like super carby, and I feel like they just don't have as much nutritional value. Someone smarter than me, tell me about potatoes and sweet potatoes. Healthy? Yes? No? Healthy enough for me to have it be half my plate of vegetables for, you know, my health and weight loss goals. Not like healthy, like this is better for you than eating chocolate kind of thing. Even though chocolate, I've heard, the dark chocolate's supposed to be kind of good for you. I'll probably buy some of that. But yeah, someone smarter than me, tell me about potatoes and sweet potatoes for my half a plate of vegetables. Yes, no, or should I do like a quarter of my veggies that, and then a quarter of my veggies be like broccoli? Maybe that's how I compromise that situation. And then we have sweet corn. Another thing that I'm like, because, you know, sweet corn goes in and it kind of just goes straight out. Do they have nutritional value? Someone smarter than me, please help me. And then for some reason, a lot of the vegetables on there were beans. Probably because a lot of vegetables are beans. I really love beans. I don't think there's a bean that I really dislike. But I did take some of the beans off of this list because I listed my favorite beans. Okay. We narrowed the bean list down. I don't need half of my veggies list to be beans, although it pretty much is half my list. We got black beans, chickpeas, green beans, kidney beans, lima beans, butter beans, pinto beans. My vegetables. And now my fruits. Apple, banana, grapes, lemons, limes, cantaloupe, watermelon, clementine, mandarin, tangerine. What's the difference between a clementine, mandarin, and a tangerine? Feel like they're kind of similar. I don't know. I did not put oranges on there, even though they kind of fall in that family. I don't know. Something about oranges, I just not a fan. And strawberries. Fruits and vegetables that I like. And I will be incorporating more into my life. Time to make some lunch, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And probably going to be eating dinner in like 2 or 3 hours, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to make my favorite lunch ever. It's just a taco salad, but it's like my spin on a taco salad. So we got some chicken. I made a ton of grilled chicken last night, so that'll hold us over, I think, for the week. Some cheese. I'm going to try to hold back on the cheese. As a Wisconsinite, I feel the need to make half of this chicken and half of this cheese. We're just going to sprinkle it today. We're going to do like this much. Maybe it's like 1/4 cup. It's probably a little less than 1/4 cup. I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt with that. And then I have this seasoning. I don't know how you pronounce it. If it's tahini or I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to embarrass myself with that. But I like the seasoning. It's the right amount of spicy for me. I am a wimp. So anything spicier than that is just not going to happen. And then I'm trying to open up my lime juice. I got lime juice. So instead of squeezing limes, I'm lazy and just buy the lime juice. It's available, so like, why wouldn't you? So I'm just going to put that on top of there, put some of the seasoning on it. I bought this, and honestly, I don't feel like this was 100% worth the money that I paid for it. I think you could just buy a jar of white queso, and it would be a better price for that. But it's kind of nice to have the squeezy bottle, too. I don't know. As soon as I run out of this, though, I am not going to buy more, because this would be one of those unhealthy things that I don't feel like I necessarily... What is that? Is that just a pepper? I hope it's just a pepper and it's not mold. There was one time I opened up a jar of queso and there was mold growing on the top of it. I think it's just a pepper. Yeah, that's a pepper. Okay. It was just a big chunk of it. Gosh. I was so sad that one day that I opened up my jar of queso. I threw the queso on my salad, and then I saw all the mold growing on it. And I was really sad because it takes me, there's a lot going on in my house, okay? I'm busy most of the day. And if I can get a lunch in me, it's honestly a miracle. And a good lunch anyways. I can always throw in a pizza and just eat a pizza. That's easy. But like making a salad, honestly, it takes up a bit of my time, and I don't always have that time for it. For example, it is 2:40 right now. I could have ate chicken nuggets like my kid ate for lunch, but I decided I should probably be a little bit healthier. So I'm trying to do something a little bit better. Anyways, this is going to be my vegetable. This is the lettuce. And we're going to try to really pile it on because we want this to mostly be vegetable. Remember, half of what I'm eating, vegetables right now. At least I'm going to try. Stir that up, and hopefully some of that seasoning gets on the lettuce, so then there's some flavor. Then I'm gonna eat it. Usually I put like Doritos or Fritos on this. I'm skipping that this time, although I'm fairly certain we don't even have Doritos or Fritos, which is probably good. I'm not even tempted. Sometimes I'll do like tortilla chips, but I'm going to try to learn to like this without chips. See if I can, well, I mean, I know I can because I don't always have chips. So I've done it without it before. So anyways, thanks for joining me today. Not all of my videos are going to be related to this weight loss journey, but I think a good chunk of it will be because I'm hoping I actually stick to it this time. I have a plan, so hopefully I'll stick to that plan. But I also, you know, like doing art and like doing random things like thrift shopping, cleaning stuff, you know, all that jazz. So my channel is kind of a mixed bag of things. So if you like any of it, go ahead, subscribe, like the videos that you really like, because then I know to make more of those type of videos. And I will see you next time. Bye.